When you come off the Comedy Store stage, you have to live with yourself. You can still be very effective doing your act if you come up and hit the stage with power, with presence, with good posture. If you train for it, if you're in tremendous shape when you hit that stage, you won't have to hyperventilate or do any drugs or anything of that sort to forge a personality, to fake a personality, to perform a personality. You have the power. You control the power. And you can still do a very, very sensitive act that provokes laughter and yet provides a mirror for that house to look at themselves and their own attitudes and their own behaviors. So you accomplished a couple of goals. Now, I do not believe the stand-up comedian is there to give a sermon to the house. I do not believe you're up there to give any profound message. You're only just dealing with what is. Period. You're embracing what is. This is not any provocation for social change or political points of view. That's all bullshit. Because when you come up on that stage and you have the microphone, you have the obligation to be entertaining. Period. You have the obligation to have an opinion and stand balls to the wall on that opinion. You have the obligation to come up on that stage and do a routine that will either make you or break you. We call it rolling the comedy dice, red edging it. You've got to work with a rhythm, with a comedic vehicle to deliver the comedy. Don't worry about a phony personality, a stage personality, or trying to mimic the quirks of other performers you see on stage. Swing with the honesty of it. Swing with the honesty of the moment. And be willing to hoist your results on that baton. Preparation is everything. You cannot be embarrassable or sensitive up on that stage. But you're not making a speech. If you don't have funny bones, you have to recognize that right from the start. So you have to develop a style that fits your persona, your temperament, your constitutional factors. Don't follow the leader. I believe that the routine has to always be realistically credible. It has to have substance. It has to give the house something to ponder about, to talk about afterward. That mirror that the stand-up is holding before the house is not something that judges the house morally or ethically. It has nothing to do with that at all. Because my position for a stand-up is all that happens is right. It should happen. No matter, I'm talking about no matter what it is that happens, it should happen. Because only the individual performers, the social performers, the social actors have the right to write it. You and I are our own case managers. You and I must grab the bull by its horns and control our image and our meaning up there. Fight like hell for it. Don't be afraid of the heckler. Go at him. Go at him. Don't let anybody, and I do mean anybody, take your image away from you. That's who you're trying. You have to. My point is, you have to live with yourself when you leave the stage. Listen to what everybody has to say about the way you look, your performance, whether you're anybody. The best source of information, I think, are your enemies, the ones who are willfully trying to take you down, whether it's for mockery or for whatever the reason is. Be still, center, calm. No mind. Still center. Able to move in any direction. Very elastic in your attitude. What's happening, what you're confronting and encountering in the arena of combat, and it is combat, is what should be loved and embraced, paradoxically. Don't wish for what should be, what ought to be, if everything in the universe were in its proper place. Hell no. What is happening, even if everything that's happening is going against you and everything that's happening is not fair from your point of view. And if you believe in your mind it should be an entitlement, it should be rules of engagement, it should be fair play. I have one word for you: bullshit. Bullshit. The question is, who is in power? Who makes the decisions that are final, inscrutable? You can't argue with it. If you do, you're 86. Now let's get at it.